Hey everybody, welcome back to Call It Conversation with me, Rick.
And me, Naeem.
And today, this is going to be really cool. Something we haven't done before.
They're twins.
They're twins.
Wow, even I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think she's Filipino.
She's Filipino, he's Chinese, so they're not biological twins. What would that be?
No, they're cinematography twins.
And as Naeem mentioned, cinematography, because these two are actors, so they could actually play twins in a film, right?
Yeah.
So this is Anne Workay.
Yeah.
Woohoo! I got it.
Yay!
And Timothy Shu.
Yes, that is me.
Shu or Sue?
Sue, Shu. Yeah, it goes either way.
Is it Sue spelled shoe?
It's HSU, but like usually the H is like silent.
See?
Yeah.
So it's you.
It's Sue spelled shoe. Yeah.
Sue.
Right.
Okay.
We got it.
So we're here today because one of my Facebook friends, and not real close friends, but one of the guys who reached out to me by the name of Victor Zen. Did I say that? We had talked, and he was like, "Hey, I'm working on this film, and blah blah blah, and you know, would you guys?" And so I said, "Hey, would you guys like to come on?" And the first thing he says, "Well, I'm in Oklahoma somewhere, right?" He's like, "Somewhere." I'm like, "Well, we don't do Zoom, so
no."
So we've been tossing around back and forth for, I think, about a month and a half, maybe even 2 months, and. He finally decided, okay, we can't do the Zoom thing because it'll be weird. We'd have to do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And he says, hey, do you think you could just talk to the actors, to the two leads? Now, the film we're talking about is titled...
Agni Kai.
Yeah, Agni Kai, Sue versus Lang.
Sue versus Lang. And who's who in that title?
That's me.
Like, you're Sue? Or?
Yeah, I'm Sue, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
you're
then I'm Private Lang.
Oh,
Private
you're
Lang.
Private Lang.
Oh, yeah, we're both technically privates,
Privates.
yeah.
And if you get a chance, check it out on YouTube, right? Because I know that's where he sent me a copy of it. And folks, it's actually pretty cool looking stuff.
Yeah.
The film is based on the Avatar series.
The Last Airbender, not
The last
the blue
yeah,
people.
yeah, no, not the blue people, the Blue Man Group.
Yeah,
not them.
Not them. No.
Right? And in looking at this, I was really impressed because it's an indie film. It's not any major studio or anything like that.
And I love that cartoon.
And Victor has put together, and from what I'm hearing, and I want you guys to kind of break it down for me, that the thing that you guys do is a standalone little piece, and it's about a 2 or 3 minute clip,
Yeah.
right? And but he was telling me about a 40-minute actual film. And is this all tying together, or do they all become the 40 minutes, or is it actually 40 minutes plus the independence?
The extra clips, yeah.
Yeah, so basically there will be the 40-minute feature, and the skit that we did was a part of a series of skits that is based off of that, or is essentially in the same little universe.
Okay. So what's the overall premise? Is it just random skits, or is there like an overall storyline in the Avatar world?
Yeah. Well, basically, the 40-minute feature...
Timothy's the quiet one. He's like, I'm shaking right
I'm the one that got beat up.
That's true.
Okay. I mean, the 40-minute feature, it takes place, I believe, I know before the actual Avatar Last Airbender series, before Aang gets stuck in the iceberg. So it takes place before that, and then from there, Victor has taken elements from the universe and kind of created his own characters.
Okay.
And own little
So it's still
worlds within
canon, but
that.
it's just prior to the storyline of Aang.
And
So
he's
like-
actually
Prequel,
creating
yeah.
canon
Yeah.
then by that sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty
Now,
cool.
how did this come about? Because, I mean, why are you taking something that obviously is well established, and then Ang Lee puts one together as a live action thing, and then somebody to come up behind that and try to make this independent film? I mean, that's fascinating. I've always wondered, like, what an interesting thought that he must have had to say, oh, I wonder if I can do something that's going to get to that level.
There's a lot, though. There's a lot of story.
Well, I've watched it probably about 1 or 2 seasons, and in jumping in and out because some of the fights were kind of cool. But I'm really not a follower of this. And then I felt that the movie didn't do it justice.
Nope.
Yeah, a lot of
I didn't
people
like
like
That's
Yeah,
why
you
there
know.
wasn't a 2 or 3.
Yeah.
They're supposed to
they
be
didn't
a-
get the green light for
Yeah,
another
right.
one.
They're supposed to get
Well, yeah,
the
and
3
that's why I
books.
was really
Yeah.
disappointed. So then now looking back, and I'm saying, okay, why is this guy decide to do this? Because I think that's I mean, the stuff that I'm seeing,
It's bold.
because he actually showed me some other clips, other skits that were up. I said, "Oh, this is pretty cool." You know, I wonder what that 40-minute featurette's going to look like, because it looks like a lot of fun,
Oh yeah.
right? So,
yeah.
the other question that I'm also curious about is the both of you,
Okay.
because of all the people he had on that cast, and there was probably about 20 of you guys, from what I,
Maybe a little more, actually.
yeah, was it?
It was pretty big.
Yeah, we had a
Yeah,
lot
well,
of
because in
people.
that scene, though, you
Just
could
in the
almost
scene
Oh,
alone,
in
there's
our-
a lot of people.
yeah, in that,
Yeah.
in that skit that you guys are doing, I saw about maybe 20 people.
Yeah.
And they're capping on you all day long. Ah, you a jerk, ah!
Dude, you got beat by a girl.
But I'm always curious one, how did you guys get your parts? Did you, I mean, Tim, because you're not talking a lot. We're going to make you talk.
So I actually met Victor on one of his previous skits. So he has the 40-minute feature film, but there's actually two other indie films that he's made prior to that, and I met him on the very first one. He was like, "Oh, I wanted to do like an experiment to see if people would be interested in this type of video," and I was one of the first few people to audition for those, and so I landed a role in there, and then my role has carried on over and over and over again because somehow my character keeps surviving.
So it's the same character that you started
Yeah,
off
so
with.
I've reprised the same role since the very start.
Oh, wow.
And that's because I've always somehow stayed alive thanks to
He
writer
cheats.
magic.
Like, no, he cheats.
Man, I got plot armor, you know.
Oh yeah, dude, that's awesome.
So that's
as
how I
long as
met
you got the
Victor.
rider on your back, you're always
Exactly.
gonna outlive everyone.
Yeah. So I met Victor on the very
So
first
there's some
one.
bribery involved. I like it. You're-
I wonder who the favorite is.
I think you're gonna die soon. Sorry. That means you're dying
How
next
dare you beat up this sweet boy?
Yeah, so I met Victor that way, and then for the oncoming feature films or indie films, I didn't have to audition again or anything like that. He
Right.
was just like, "Can you just reprise?"
Well, you're
your
already
role?"
established, so
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
recast the role?
Yeah. I think that's happened in the past a little bit, and he
Oh,
says he wants
wow.
to stay away from that.
Yeah,
that
that
must
would
be a
kind of
pain, right?
Yeah, that must.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
process.
Be. I mean, how long has this been going on?
A year and about a year and a half now, I
Wow.
think. Yeah, it's been a while since, or maybe actually just 1 year. Yeah, I think just 1
Okay.
year. So I started the very first indie film that he was part of in June or July or something like that.
Wow, and how did you get into this? Involved in this?
So I got involved a little later. I didn't know about the first two films. The first one is Death Before Dishonor, and the second is The Smuggler.
The Smuggler.
Yeah, and then that all leads into A Tale of Earth and Fire, which is the 40-minute feature. And so I think I saw this casting call calling for Asian American actors to be a part of the live action
Right.
Avatar short film, and that was something I was definitely interested in. That happened around last October,
Right.
around that time. And then, yeah, I got
It's
cast.
a turbulent
and then,
time to get cast.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's-
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, because that was one of my next questions. Is that
Yeah.
during the pandemic, you guys are working on a film
Yeah.
when everybody had been taboo to be working on anything. You know what I mean? But yet, from what I was seeing and the clips that I've seen, I was like, wow, it doesn't look like anything is affected by anything. I mean, he actually puts together a pretty good film, going in. So I was like, oh, this is gonna be kind of cool. You two have been acting for how long?
Me personally, I've been acting for like 2.5 years now. It was like I started acting, did it for a year, and then COVID happened. And I was like, well,
So you
can't do
started
anything anymore.
You started when you were 12, is that?
Yeah, when I was in the womb, you know.
Maybe 13.
Give or take a couple decades, you know.
Just to be clear, I think he's 22. No? I don't know.
32?
I'm like 48.
Yeah, 48. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, but thank you.
So he started late. Okay.
Late
He went
bloomer.
that route. He's late bloomer.
And you, how long you been doing this?
I actually started off doing theater.
Oh.
I started taking that more seriously in like middle school or high school.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you a secret.
Death of a salesman.
Most Filipino kids, if they weren't doing it on their own, their family is, oh, come on, you come here. You this in front of auntie and your uncles.
Yeah, karaoke. They're like, you sing this, the the dancing queen, dancing queen. And I'm like, fine.
Yeah, right. You couldn't get away from it, right? Every party. Oh, Ann, come here. I have friends here.
And I'm just like trying
Oh,
to
you
eat
should
lumpia
hear her
in the
sing.
corner.
She sings so good.
Oh, look how good she looks. She should be on the American Idol.
Yeah.
She will do good. Let me. You guys have agents?
So there's agents up here and there's agents down in LA. So right now I'm like trying to speak with agents in LA, but I'm
Dude,
not so much
I'm gonna
interested
hook
in
you
the ones
guys
here.
up because
okay.
one of the guests that we've had, by the name of Diana Wang, she's an awesome lady, and I'm actually going to introduce you guys to her
Wonderful
because
lady, actually.
everybody that she's ever worked with or has reached out to her has gotten jobs,
Oh wow.
and
Yeah.
not just in the low-level stuff, but we're talking about feature films and whatever else. She's worked with Jackie Chan for what, 20
20
years.
plus years, yeah.
20 plus
Wow.
years. She's done, I mean, she's well known in the business. She and I, we went to the same school together. Me and her sister were actually almost in the same class.
Yeah, yeah.
So later on, we're going to hook up and I'm going to
Yeah, that's
give
awesome.
you guys her Facebook stuff and I'm going to let her know you guys are going to call her because she, because I do a lot of things with the Asian community. It doesn't show on the stuff that we do, but
We don't promote it.
yes, we don't promote it or we don't try to like make ourselves look good.
No. We
We
look
was,
terrible in everything we do.
I was one of the people who spearheaded the Asian hate thing,
yeah.
where we had a lot of schools that we affiliate with because of the guests that we've had, all the martial artists, to open up their schools and teach people how to defend themselves. Then also we do the thing with there's a lady by the name of Liana Louie, who is creator of the United
Peace Collaborative.
Peace Collaborative. So I do a lot of work with the Asian groups, and
Nice.
because obviously I'm Asian. Although they're trying to change it to Pacific Islanders, right?
It's interesting. There's always a debate around that, whether Filipinos are Asians or Pacific Islanders.
Right.
It's a
Yeah, it's a mess.
Dude,
Yeah.
I got crap for somebody because I was like, hey, aren't you guys Asian? Because my brother-in-law is Filipino. And then somebody comes up from behind me, no, they're Pacific Islanders. And I was like, you know you're Mexican, right? Like, how do you tell me? We're Mexican. How I'm asking the Filipino what the difference is,
Yeah,
and you're answering for him. I was like,
You're speaking for him.
yeah, exactly. It's like just total Karen moment. I was like, you just gave me crap for that. Wow.
But yeah, so we'll talk about that later on. So Diana, I expect a
What,
call
the
from these
Pacific
two.
Islander thing?
Huh?
The Pacific
No,
Islander?
they're not going to be Pacific. They're going to be in the movies.
You call her up
I
just
mean,
to
I
talk
could
about
talk about that.
Yeah,
too.
we're good.
Oh yeah, we can. Okay. So do you consider yourself Pacific Islander at this point? Then
No,
Yeah.
were you raised in the States?
He's a
I was
merc.
raised in the
He's a
States,
merc.
yeah.
Born and raised, or
Yes, in Bay Area, San Jose.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Bay
Okay,
Area
we won't
boy.
hold it against you.
You're a Bay Area boy.
I am. I've been here like forever.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I've been. Well, seems that I'm only 2 years younger than you.
Yeah. 46.
They're not-
You just took a decade off
I'm 9.
your
She goes,
age.
"You're 9." See, she has a good memory.
She's keeping
She's gonna be a good actress.
Wow, yeah.
So let me ask you: did you have to go through the whole Filipino gambit of, acting in front of everybody? Did you do any pageants and things like that? See, she's giggling like.
No, I mean, no, my sister
older
did
sister did.
pageants.
Right.
Yeah, but not by.
Choice.
It's
Well, no,
never
no,
by
not by
choice.
force. She wanted to.
Oh, okay.
For me, I actually started off with dance. I've been dancing since I was 7, and then I actually majored in dance.
Oh, nice.
And so that journey kind of started off with my mom just signing me up for classes. And now
Wow.
that I look back at it, it was kind of like a free daycare. But I ended up really loving
that's
it.
such a Filipino thing.
That's not just a Filipino thing. That's a low income thing. I'm sorry. 'cause
A little bit.
we do that too. Okay.
Oh, let's put them in something so we
In the
have to watch
program.
it.
Well,
yeah.
That's at least
you
2
gotta
hours.
Yeah. I mean, but then it came back to bite because signing up your kid for dance, it gets really expensive.
It
Like
can.
I work at a dance studio right now,
Yeah.
and they classes are like hundreds of dollars a month, and I'm just like,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
did you take any acting classes?
Me?
Yeah. How did you
Yeah, I mean,
develop all that?
Yeah, I mean, in college, I studied computer science, nothing related to like entertainment or anything like that.
Oh, what?
So
Wait,
after I
there's a
graduated,
story
yeah.
behind that. Okay. Don't just gloss over that. So you said computers, and then you're an actor now. Like,
Yeah.
where's that transition?
Well, so I did computer science in college,
Uh-huh.
and basically after I graduated, I was like, staring at my laptop all day, and I was like, I feel like there's something more out there besides like just more than just me staring at my laptop. So then I started signing up for acting classes just for fun, just for myself. Like I
On a whim.
Yeah, I know, because people were like, yeah, it's a good way to discover yourself because you have to do a lot of self-reflection and stuff like that to become, a better actor, I'd say.
Right.
And so I did that, and I was like, oh, this is so much fun. I get to like, express myself in ways that I don't normally. And then my teacher was like, I encourage you to try, even if you don't want to pursue acting, you should just try being on a set for once. And I was like, okay, sure, I guess I'll do it. So then I went on, I did like some background work for some like Chase commercial or something like that. And I was like, I love this. This is awesome, And so after that, I was like, you know what? Teacher, you were right. I want to get more involved with this.
I'm not even going to give the teacher credit by saying her name, but teacher, you were right.
So then,
Teacher, you were right. Wow.
my teacher was
It's all about
Susan.
him. It's all about him.
So I was like, you're right. And so I started pursuing it a little bit more stronger, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. That's how I got
Did you
involved.
do that in, like you said, you did that in college? Is that San Jose State?
No, so that was after I graduated,
After you
actually.
graduated.
Yeah, so I got my degree and I was working. I mean, I'm still working as a software engineer right now.
Oh.
I'm just doing both at the same time, basically, because I have
We're
a
going to talk
pretty
computer
flexible
later
job.
on after this.
Well, I'm sure he can do remotely, so.
Exactly, which is, I also negotiate like flexible hours so that I can
Oh.
run off and do auditions.
Oh.
I can run off
Wow.
and
He
do stuff like
negotiated.
He
that.
negotiated. He used his acting skills.
Listen here.
I was
this
just
is
being a
what I
drama
need.
queen.
Be a big drama. Well, listen.
I just started crying during the interview until I gave what I wanted. Yeah, exactly. Like, who are you to tell me
now
that I
that
can't
you
do
brought it
this
up,
or that?
okay. I love actors, and I've actually been on stage, blah, 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 whatever. But now that you guys are here, which one of you can cry in spot?
Oh no, I cannot.
I think it depends. I think some days are better than others.
My 7-year-old can
I'm
do
working on
Oh
it.
yeah,
My 7-year-old.
Whenever
can
she
cry.
wants, right?
Oh God, crocodile tears. It's crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and the reason why I ask is I know Filipino actresses. I mean, if you watch TFC, they cry up for everything and anything on that
Yeah.
screen. Oh, Daddy! Oh, don't leave us!
Yeah.
Like, holy crap!
I'm just going to the store.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God! Hey, if we don't talk about your film some more, Victor's gonna be
Oh
pissed
crap.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
About that.
about that.
Yeah, that's kind of par for
Yeah.
the course. We
Yeah.
tend to go off script. I mean, not that we have one, but off topic really fast, and we forget where we are.
Don't worry, Victor. We're gonna do you some justice.
Anyway, there's a film that these guys.
Let
They're
me ask you this
actors.
because did you know the source material? Did you watch?
Yeah, were you
Airbender at
familiar
all?
with that?
Were
Yeah,
you a fan?
Avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we've both seen it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
like 6 when it came out.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I was
I
young,
wasn't
yeah.
born.
I just saw colors on the screen. Ooh, I didn't know who or anything else.
There's a bald kid with tattoo on his head. Okay, cool.
I want one of those, Mom.
Oh yeah.
Right? I think everybody wants those.
Actually, I did. I definitely did. I was like, oh, dude, that's so cool.
Right. And shave the arrow.
So you knew exactly what you guys were getting into when
Okay.
you said Avatar, and that didn't. You're like, ooh, cool. Now, we saw the fight scene. I still think he should have been able to kick your ass. I mean, well, only because he was doing some fancier stuff than you were.
Really?
Let me ask you guys this: when you guys went to go learn the choreography, what did that entail? Because that must have been pretty exciting for one, but also a pain in the ass.
I think in general, especially because this was during the pandemic, a lot of our rehearsals actually took place on Zoom. But we did, there were a couple times
That's even more impressive.
where we would go to, I don't want to call it a training venue, but like a
Facility.
training
Yeah.
stunt gym
Okay.
with our fight choreographers just to work on general, like, sword
Give them a
stuff.
shout out. Come on, talk. Give them their names.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Where they're at.
Our wonderful fight choreographers who are also in the film, Thaddeus McQueen and Ray Sunoda, they kind of trained us a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but we didn't learn the actual choreography until the day of.
Yeah.
Like in
Wow.
person, we watched the video
Yeah.
like
That's a lot more impressive
30
than what
minutes.
we. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
like
I
beforehand.
Oh
That's
wow!
crazy.
So
Yeah.
so you guys what just learn general moves here and there
Yeah.
and practice them, but then everything that was there on set. That it happened that day that you guys learned. Okay,
Pretty
you're
much.
supposed to do this.
Basically.
Yeah, I mean, they were also there with us on set to like
Yeah.
walk
Right,
us
right.
through the
They-
choreography.
But still, I mean, that's we imagine that this took like the way we were thinking it. You guys went learned the choreography, you practiced it, and then filmed it. But you're telling us you guys did that on the spot. Okay, that's far more,
Basically,
Movie magic.
that's far more impressive than what I imagined. Yeah. No. Wow. Kudos to you guys because
Thank you.
that actually adds a different level of
Well, that says a lot about you too.
Yeah.
To be able to pull something off that you had just learned that morning, and then to get it to work in a film that's, even though it's only the 2 or 3 minutes, because fight choreography is hard.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, we teach, and even the stuff that we do, although ours is a little different than most martial artists.
you're not choreographed.
Yeah, none of the stuff that we do is choreographed. We don't have a set drill or set techniques that we'll do. Like, if the guy throws this, you're going to do this, this, and this. We don't do that.
I just try to hit him.
Yeah, he just tries to hit me, and I try to hit him, and then we hope for the best. Well, he does anyway.
Naeem died. Oh, what happened?
Yeah.
We were playing.
But yeah, that's pretty impressive. So, if you guys,
That's
and I
so
mentioned this
cool.
earlier, that
Yeah.
now I really want to try to choreograph something for
Right.
you guys, because if you guys can do that, you guys can do whatever we're going to do.
Yeah, we can pull it off. We can pull it off.
Yeah, I think we can pull it off. So.
Yeah.
To try.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see if we can convince them by the end of this. We're not 100% sure. They don't seem very gung ho about it, and he's wearing jeans. I don't know if we can pull off.
When do you guys